Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, and welcome back to the Hadestown Sudoku Series and A Gathering Storm. She came for him too soon. It's been quite a while since I've done the previous Hadestown puzzles, so yeah, Gathering Storm, win comes up. Poor boy working on a set of puzzles, but I need to get this finished, so we need puzzles. So this puzzle is, pardon me, this puzzle is by the Fates, Hermes, Orpheus, and Eurydice because, well, this is one of the turning points in Hadestown, and yeah, really, really interesting moment in the show. If you don't know Hadestown, it's worth giving it a listen. It's really good. I know they've made a pro shot, but it hasn't been released yet. So I'm really looking forward to that, but boy, do I miss this show. But I've just finished a run of a marvelous musical, so I really am not too upset right now because I'm still buzzing from a different show. But it is time for me to finish the Hadestown Sudoku series. I've been putting it off for a couple of reasons, and I just had to get it done. So let's try A Gathering Storm by the Fates, Hermes, Orpheus, and Eurydice. So, of course, there'll be a link below to where you can try this puzzle for yourself. This puzzle will get put into the playlist of Sudoku, small Sudoku themed collections, and we'll go from there. So what do we have? We've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have the storm clouds. Digits in cages may not repeat and must sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage. I'm assuming it doesn't say if given, but yeah, if given. So if there's a total given, they must sum to that. Lightning. Adjacent digits on a gold line must have a difference of at least 6. So those two digits will have a difference of at least 6. Those two digits will have a difference of at least 6. So this is effectively a Whispers 6 line. And raindrops, digits, cells connected by a blue line must contain consecutive digits. So they would normally be purple for Renban, but we're changing the rules to make it thematic. Perfectly fine. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. Let's see if we can find food and firewood and shelter ourselves from the storm. So these digits have to sum to 12. Now, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be 14. So there must be a 1 in this cage. I'm not sure that's where I should be starting. Okay, let's think about Whispers 6. You can never put a 4, a 5, or a 6 on a Whispers 6 line. Because if I put a 4, 5, 6 here, what would go next to it? Well, a 4, anything 6 different from a 4, I'd have to add 6 to 4. Because if I subtracted, I'd go negative and I'd be 10 or higher. So I can't put a 4 on it. A 6 is the same. I can't add, if I added, I'd be 10. Sorry, if I subtracted from 4, I'd be in negatives. Yeah. With 6, if I added, I'd be 12 or higher. And if I subtracted, I'd be 0 or lower. That doesn't work. And 5 is the same. I'd be at -1 or 11 or higher. So this must be 1, 2, 3 or 7, 8, 9. And 1, 2, 3 can never go next to each other. Each digit is like that, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. And the 1, 2, 3s are way too close to each other. So I'm always bouncing between low and high, but I don't know which is which. So if this is low, this is high, and then I must go back to low. So the alternating digits on these will always be going between 1, 2, 3 and 7, 8, 9. So these are all one version of it, and these are all the other. Now that's interesting for this cell, because if these are all the same, because if this is low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, high, these are all the same. This is only 3 options, 1, 2, 3, and 7, 8, 9. So this must be purple. And then we go purple, purple, purple. Those are all purple. And these are all orange. So this is either purple or, well, hang on, can I put a 7, 8, or 9 in a 12 cage? No, I can't. If this was 7, 8, or 9, what would these need to be? These would need to sum, and if this was 7, the lowest it could be, these would need to sum to 5, but the lowest they could be, it'd be 1, 2, 3, which is 6, and 6 plus 7 is 13. So orange is the low digits, and purple is the high digits. And I can actually put those in. So these are 1, 2, whoops, these are 1, 2, 3, and these are 7, 8. Why does it keep doing that? These are 7, 8, 9. And I can get rid of the coloring now. Okay. So this is 6, 7, 8, or 9. And it can't be, oh no, it could be 9, 8, 7. Yeah, this is 6, 7, 8, or 9. But those are all 1, 2, 3. Maybe I did want to keep the coloring. Yeah, maybe I do want to keep the coloring. Because the minimum there is 4. But the maximum I could put into this cage is 6. So this is 4, 5, 6. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I want to change orange to yellow and use my entropy coloring. Like this must be 4, 5, 6. This must be 4, 5, 6 because this sees 1, 2, 3 and 7, 8, 9. So that's 4, 5, 6. But I think I can make... So it's got to be something to do with these cages. That digit has to go in one of those two. Because this digit can't repeat in the cage. So it's in one of those two, and that digit is in one of those two. And that digit is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Well, hang on. A 3 could only go next to a 9, so that can't be a 3, because if that was a 3, both of those would be 9. So if this is a 3, 3 plus 6 is 9, and if this is a 3, both of those would be 9. So this is a 3, and then this is a 9, taking 9 out of both of those. So these are 1 and 2. This can't be a 3 because both of those would be a 9. So 3 is in one of those two. And 3 can't be here because that would need to be 9. So this is 3 making that 9, taking 9 out of both of those two. There's no 9 here. Right. This can't be 3 now because that would need to be 9. If that was a 3, both of those would be 9. This is a 1, 2 pair. If this is a 3, both of those would be 9. That's not a 3, but that could be 3 making that 9. Did that do much? Well, wait a minute. What can that be now? Yeah, hang on. This was always a 6 because it can't be 7, 8 or 9, but it has to be consecutive. If this was an 8, this would have to be 7 or 9, and it can't be. This is 6, 7. This is green, and this is 8, making that 7, that 8. This is 4, 5 or 6 because it sees 1, 2, 3 and 7, 8, 9. So that's 4, 5 or 6 and it's not 6. So what's this? Could be 1, 2. No, it can't be 1, 2 because I can't make that 1 or 2. It could be 2, 3 with 2, 3. Could be 3, 4. Can't be 4, 5, 5. Yeah. So it's either 2, 3 or 3, 4. Can't be 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8 or 8, 9. So there must be a 3 on this line and this is the 3. And this is either 2 or 4. That puts 3 in one of those two. 1 is up here. Okay. 7 minus 6. 7 and 2 are only 5 apart. That's the 1, that's the 2. This is going to take some getting used to. That's the 2, this is the 1. The 2 means that's the 4, which is, of course, green, which means this is the 5, there's no 5 here. These are actually 1 and 2. 3 is up here. But it can't be there. 3 is up here, but it can't be there. But I could still put a digit there that goes in one of those two that isn't a 3, so I'm not sure about that. So could this be 2, 3? No, this can't be a 6. If this is a 6, these would have to be 1, 2, 3, but the minimum there is 4. And the maximum is 6. So in fact, it's not. But this is 4, 5, 6, because I can't make any higher than 7 without blowing the total. So this is 4, 5, 6, because it can't be 1, 2, 3. But the minimum those could be now is 9. I can't put a 6 in here because then it'd be 6, 4, and both of those would need to be 1. Neither of those are 6. This is 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5 sums to 10, and that's a 2. That's a neat little deduction. Two and 2, and yeah, 2, 2, 2. Okay, fine. Eight is in one of those three. Can that be an 8 with that being a 9? That being a 7? Maybe. This can't be a 7 because one of those has to be a 2. If this was a 7, oh, hang on, this is a low digit. I missed this digit along the line, but the rest holds true. So this is 1, 2, or 3, and it's not a 2, and it can't be a 3 because both of those would need to be 9. That's 1, that's 2, that's 1, that's 2. There's no 2 here. That's a 3, making that the 9 and taking 9 out of both of those. 2 means that can't be 7. There'd only be 5 apart. That's the 8, that's the 7, meaning that's the 8. And now I think I want to stick with my entropic colouring. I think it's helping me. I could be completely wrong about that. 1 is in one of these two by Sudoku, but if this was a 1, this would have to be a 2 to be consecutive, and it can't be. So that's the 1. 2 is in one of those. If this is a 2, this would have to be a 1 or a 3 to be consecutive, and it can't be. So that's the 2. So I can't put a 5 on this. So 5 is in one of those two, because if I put 5 here, it'd be only consecutive with 4 or 6. So this can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. These are from 7, 8, 9. And there's no 7, 8 there. This is 9, 8, but they're both high. And this is now a 5, 7 pair. If this is a 7, this would have to be a 6 because it couldn't be an 8. And if this is a 5, this would be 4 or 6. So this is always 4 or 6. Either way, that's medium. Eight is in one of those two. Maybe my colouring is in the way now. This is a 4, 5, or 6 because it sees 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. So that is 4, 5, or 6, and it's not 4. But now I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 1 and 3. So neither of those are low. There's a 4, 5, 6 in here. There is a 7 in one of those two, meaning that's the 5 and that's the 7. And 7 is only consecutive with 6. There's no 5 in either of those, so the 5 is in one of those two, but I had that from the triple. So these are 4, 6, and 7. And this is 4 or 6 because it can't be a 7. So that's medium. 1 and 1 puts 1 in one of those two. So what could this be maybe? I can't put a 9 on this because I'd need an 8. I can't put a 9 in any of those. So 9 is in one of those two. That puts 9 up here. In one of those two, because I can't put it there. Because 9 here would need 8 here and I don't have it. What are these? These are 3, 4, 5. And that's not a 3. That's the 3. So this is the medium, this is the low, but 3 is only consecutive with 2 or 4 and it can't be a 2. So that's a 4 now, which means this is the 5 and this is the 4. Looking down, making this the 6 and this the 5. This is now a 6-8 pair, which is cool because that makes that the 4 and that the 5, taking 4 out of those. Oh, 8 is consecutive with 7. I've had that for a while. I missed the raindrop. Raindrops were falling on my head. That is not a song from Hadestown. Okay. 1 is not in any of those or there because of these ones. So that's the 1, which we will call low. These are 2, 4, and 7. Now there's no 7 there or 2. That's the 4. And there's no 4 there. So this is 2 and 7 because of the Sudoku. That was not what I meant to do. That's the 2, which is color 6 on my palette. So 1 in this row now. 1, 1 means this is the 1, which is the low. And these are 4 and 5. And the 5 is looking down, making that the 4 and that the 5. They are all medium. These are 3 and 9. And the 3 is looking down, making that the 9 and that the 3. So these pairs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is 7 and 8. But that digit has to go in one of those two because I can't repeat it in the cage. Well, I just can't repeat. So the 7 makes that the 8 and that the 7. Either way, they're both high. So I didn't even need to use the geometry check. Just not being able to repeat did it. This is a triple. 4, 6, 9. There's no 4 there. So that digit has to go in one of those, but it could be any of them at this point. So where's the 9 in this row? Can't be there because that would need to be an 8. That's the 9, which is a high digit. That's the 7, which is a high digit. And the 7 needs to be consecutive with something that's not 8. That's the 6, which is a medium digit. These are actually 4, 5, 6. So that's a 4, 5 with the 4 looking down, making that the 5 and that the 4. Either way, let's mark them medium. The 6 looks up, making that the 8 and that the 6. We've got medium and high. These digits are 5, 9. So that one can't be a 6 because I'd have to put 6 in one of those two and I can't. But it can be 4 or 9. These two, 7, 8. And I can resolve them because of that 7, 8. That's 8, that's 7. Those are high digits. And that means 8 is in one of those two by Sudoku, but the 8 is looking up, making that the 8. Which makes sense because that digit had to go in one of those two. What is this pair now? 3, 9. Not seeing how to resolve that, but I can now ask where is 3 in this row? Can't put it there. Can't put it there. So it's right there. That's a 3, which is a low digit. And this now has to be 6 or 9 for the row, but it can't be a 9. So that's the 6, which is medium. This is the 9, which is high, making that the 4 and that the 6. Both of those are medium. And the 4 is one of those two digits. So we're kind of good now. So what are these two? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are medium. Let's just get rid of the coloring. It's been cool, but it's been swell. But no. It's been swell, but the swelling's gone down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 6. So the 6 means that's the 2, that's the 6. The 2 looks back, making that the 1 and that the 2. The 1 looks across, making that the 3 and that the 1. The 3 looks back, making that the 9 and that the 3. The 9 looks back, making that the 5 and that the 9. And the 5 looks back, making that the 4 and that the 5. Finish it quick. The wind is changing. There is a storm coming on. Very, very true. Beautiful puzzle. I mean, Whisper 6 lines are incredibly restricted, but I really like this one. This was nice. really, really cool stuff. So we've got 5 more puzzles to come if all goes well. I haven't run any of these through testing or checking or anything, so we'll have to see how it all goes. Is BremSter clever enough to solve them? We will find out. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoy the second part and the final part of the Hadestown Sudoku series. I'm sorry it took so long to get together. There was something I was trying to organize and it just all kept falling apart. So I actually delayed for like 4 months trying to get something organized and I just couldn't make it happen. Thanks everyone for watching. And as always, good luck with your solving.